Welcome back. Join me today as I do my 2024 graduation set. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to start with my nail prep dehydrator and my nail primer. I have already prepped and buffed my nails before filming. And so here I am just applying that dehydrator to all of my nails, and then I'm going to follow up with that with my nail primer. So, if you guys seen from the thumbnail, today's set is going to be like a gothic set type vibes. I wanted to do something different that's a little bit out of my comfort zone. So, here we are with our base gel. If you know the routine, you already know this is all of the prep steps that you have to take before application. So, I'm just going in and applying the base, and then I'm going to go in and cure that for about 30 to 45 seconds before I apply my tips. The few products that I've shown you so far, including the nail dehydrator, primer, and this base gel, all came from Shein. I'm thinking about linking products in the description in the future. We'll see how that goes. And these are the tips that I will be using for today. You will need to pick out a tip that matches your nail bed size. Here I just started with my thumb. And this is the glue that I'm going to be going in with. This is actually a new glue that I haven't tried before, so we'll see how it holds up. Before I apply my glue, you will need to buff the inner side of the nail tips, kind of strip that smooth surface, and then apply your glues for a better adhesion. For application, I'm going to be using a Gel X nail lamp. This one is better for focusing on one finger at a time. And so that way you can kind of manipulate it and make sure that it's straight instead of being like blindsided by using a regular nail lamp. So here I'm going in and I'm gluing on my first nail tip, and then I'm going to head on over to my next finger. But if you watch carefully, when I am applying my nail tips, I usually apply about halfway at the middle point of my nail bed, and then I glide it towards the end, and then I go back in and place it flush at the cuticle and allow it to seal with no bubbles, and then I'm going to cure it under the nail lamp. So far, I'm actually in love with these nail tips. They have a great apex on them, and plus, they're really long. Like, I just have an infatuation for long nails. I just haven't been able to wear them often because I was in school and we were having to do dissections in lab. I'm actually a bio pre-med major. But, anyways, not to get sidetracked, I would say that these nails are probably a 3XL and they're sturdy. And so I would recommend these if you guys are looking for really long Gel X nail tips. These will get the job done. Okay, so I'm on my last finger, which is just my pinky. When I record this set for the design purpose, I'm only going to be showing just my left hand, and then eventually I'll do my right hand off camera. As you guys can see, they are long and they're beautiful and they're very nicely shaped. So after you've applied those, you're going to need to cure them in the regular nail lamp just for, make sure everything is set. And then you're going to go in and cut them to your desired length. I am going pretty long on this set, so I'm actually not going to be cutting off much from these nail tips, as you can see. So I did attempt to get the filing portion filmed, but eventually I had to just do it off camera because I like to be up close and personal to really get a look, and I was going to be out of the frame in order to file in the way that I truly desired to, my expectations. But anyways, this is just kind of idea of how you would file, and then I'm going to go in with my e-file, and I'm going to have it on a pretty low setting because I'm going to be using a really sharp drill bit to get the excessive glue that might have flooded slightly on the cuticle area or just like around the sidewalls, I guess you could say, and just slowly take my time trying not to nip myself or not over filing. So we really shouldn't be hitting our natural nail bed with this type of file. It's strictly for artificial nails, and as you can see, you can kind of see some of that excessive glue come off. And then I'm going to go in with like a sand bit and strip the whole tip just for a better adhesion for the polish, so I don't have to worry about anything peeling off. And that's what I'm pretty much doing here before I can head into the polishing step. Now that I am done buffing the nail, I'm about to head in with some acetone to seal my cuticles. So I guess any brush will pretty much do. I just grabbed something that I had on standby. And this is just a helpful tip that I've seen on my timeline. And it's pretty much worked for me. I do it on myself as well as my clients for a better retention. So the last step that I like to take before polishing is soaking a lint-free wipe with alcohol, and then I'm just going to use that to get that last little bit of residue off before you apply your base gel coat. Now that we are done with prep and application, it's time to get started on the design. I'm so excited to show you guys. This process was actually really fun. So I'm going to go in with my base coat, of course, on all of my nails, apply that evenly, and then cure that for like 30 to 45 seconds. Okay. Now that we are ready to polish, we are going to be heading in with this super black that I ordered off Temu. And we're just going to go in and coat that evenly. Take your time because it's really easy to see imperfections with black. So be careful around your cuticle area because you don't want to flood it. You want to get as close as possible, but you don't want to overdo it. So it's up to you. You can go one or two coats. I believe I went in with two coats. I just did my second coat off camera. And we're going to need this black for the foundation. Now that we are moving on to the French, I'm going to be using this Beetles polish. It's a nude polish, like very transparent, and I'm going to apply two coats of that to my middle finger as well as my ring finger. And this is going to be the base for my French. And once I cure this, I'm then going to head in and make my French with that super black. I'm gonna start my French by kind of mapping it out. This is just a technique that I use that kind of makes the process pretty easy and smooth going for me. I do recommend using a longer art brush. It just allows for straighter lines, I guess you could say, and then less room for error. So, um, now that we have that mapped out, I'm just kind of playing around with it to see how deep I want my French. And then once I have that placed, I'm going to go in and just fill in the black so that we can move on to the next step. So the look that I'm going for is achieved by using the airbrush method. I just mixed maybe like 2 scoops of white paint with acetone, and I am then going to go in a circular motion at a um, appropriate distance because you don't want to be too close yet you don't want to be too far away. And then if you want it more pigmented, you just have to spray more product in that area. And so I'm going to do the airbrush off camera for my thumb, and then also going to do it on my middle finger on top of that French. As you can see here, I'm now heading in with the gems to apply them on my pinky as well as my thumb. I'm just going to use rhinestone glue to adhere these on. And now that I've applied some more rhinestone glue, I chose this like heart charm. As you can see, it kind of looks like it's melting, to put on my French. And then I'm just going to get that placed and adjust it before I secure it under the light. The last step is going to be 3D art using rhinestone glue. I'm going to do majority of it off camera, but I'm just giving you a glimpse into how to do it yourself. And this is going to be the final product, the final look of the set. I really love it and I hope you guys do too. I have applied a top coat and then I am going in with this oil just to moisturize my cuticles. And that is all until next time. Thanks for watching.